Speaking of the nation's capital, let's go there now and catch up with the Shadow Health Minister, Anne Ruston, who joins us live. And thanks for catching up with us. Look, good news on the anti-Semitism front today in that Labor are going to support the Coalition's push for mandatory minimum sentences on hate crimes. But very confusing, very bewildering as to why Anthony Albanese won't even tell us when he was briefed on this caravan of explosives.
Yeah, this is just a saga that just keeps on playing out for the government. I mean, they just need to be honest with the Australian public. I mean, Anthony Albanese is looking both weak and tricky, and trickier every day. I mean, surely but surely he can tell us when he found out. Nobody's asking him to divulge any of the briefings that he's received from any of our intelligence services. Why can't he tell us when he was briefed, just the way the New South Wales Premier seems to be able to tell the country how he was when he was briefed? It's quite extraordinary. But it was good news today or last night when the Labor Party eventually capitulated over this strong stance that Peter Dutton has been taking on anti-Semitism. And so we were delighted to see that through the Parliament today. And, you know, hopefully it sends a message to our Jewish community particularly, but to any community out there that we're really deadly serious about keeping them safe, even if the government did take a while to get dragged kicking and streaming to the table.
Just on when the Prime Minister was told, though, there's been a development just in the last hour in Canberra in an estimates hearing where the Australian Federal Police Commissioner, Rhys Kershaw, was asked about this, and now he's dragged into the whole game of obfuscation. Have a look.
Was the Prime Minister briefed on that incident or the Attorney-General?
That question relates to an ongoing joint counter-terrorism team investigation, and according to the briefings I've received, that's not the subject or purpose of today's hearing. And also, I am conscious that this is a public hearing and it's not an appropriate forum for us to provide information relating to an ongoing investigation at this time.
Now, Anne Ruston, we all have sympathy for the police there. They all are there in the uniform. They've got a lot to do when it comes to investigating. But no one's asking for any detail except whether or not and when the Prime Minister was briefed.
Yeah, and I mean, what you've just witnessed there is a situation where a public servant doing his job is stuck into a really awkward situation because he's trying to make sure that he doesn't, you know, cause the government any problems, as I suppose most public servants would try to do. But he's only being stuck in this position because the Prime Minister won't answer a simple question that has got no national security implications, no security implications for the nation. The simple question that was asked quite some time ago was, when were you briefed? You know, I would have thought that was pretty simple and we wouldn't have wasted all this time, because it just looks like the Prime Minister's got something to hide now because he's refusing to answer a simple question.